shadows creeping low. Evil empire scheming, putting on a show. But we ain't scared, no, not today. Gonna blast them all away. Leveling up in the dab. Yeah, we're leveling up in the dab. Gaining power, we're earning their love. Leveling up in the dab. We're leveling up in the dab. We are the super villains. Better look out above. Followers gathering, eyes all shining bright. Loyalty burning through the darkest night. No one can stop us. We're on the rise. Leveling up in the dab. Yeah, we're leveling up in the dab. Gaining power, we're earning their love. Leveling up in the dab. We're leveling up in the dab. We are the super villains. Better look out above.
All right, leveling up in the dab. What's up, everybody?
Leveling up in the dab.
How goes,
Yo.
man? What's up?
I gotta tell you, I hate what they did with the EvMux. Like, it's, you ever go to what's it, Google Images, and it's like you have like professional people on a red carpet, and it's just the Alame stock photos thing.
Yeah. The EvMux in the background, like it's just repetitive like that.
Yeah, but at least we got 5 of us here, so kind of cover it up a bit. So anyway, we've got Dr.
Only
Harley
a bit,
Quinn.
though.
Only a bit. We've got Dr. Harley Quinn. We got Dar Dar Dario. Oh wait, hold on. I did do a little bit of preparation. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dar Dar Dario. Got a Dar Dar Dario drop. We got Tim's Totality, and we've got Sperg Snake.
Right here. What up?
I was gonna say that I was glad that Electra came back for a second, because I'd actually never heard the original version. I'd only heard your versions, because your version is like you singing over what she'd already done, right? I'd
Right,
never
with
heard
her
her
lowered
version.
with her lowered pitch. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she did like the original, like, here's my voice. I thought that was really cool.
I love it.
Dar Dar Dario.
Yeah, I like the chorus.
Yes.
shout out to the songstress, DJ
Right.
Electra.
That's right. So, and this is the first time I believe we've seen Doc in this corner of the internet in quite a while. So thank you for blessing us with your presence.
I thought I'd stick my toe back in the dabble a little bit.
Yeah, we're not going to get too crazy. Don't worry.
We might.
What's that,
We'll
Tim?
only be
We
dabbling
might.
in
You
the
never
dab.
know.
Yeah, right. So Dario, thank you for coming, and you've got the nice Homelander. By the way, I think Homelander would win that fight. By the way,
How dare
There you
you,
go.
sir?
Already.
I did too, actually.
right? Because he just doesn't. He doesn't have any morals or anything. Like, he wouldn't pull any punch. And Superman would
Right.
be like, "There's redemption for you, probably." So
I mean, they fought in DCKO. I actually didn't check out the full issue. I didn't follow that event. I felt it was
that
pretty
was an
brainless.
official thing.
It was a crossover, yeah. DCKO was an event, and at one part of it, rather than DC people fighting each other, there was a big portal, and all these other characters showed up, including Vampirella and Annabelle the doll, who was matched up with the
Wait,
Joker.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
I think Red Sonja was in it, and a bunch of
Red
random.
Sonja was there as
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
There was the protagonist of this one comic called Beneath the Trees. I think it's called Beneath the Trees, or Beneath the Trees Where
yeah.
Nobody Sees. And it's a serial killer teddy bear. It's like, if you remember those children's books, it's like if Richard Scarry did Dexter.
They're
What is-
fantastic.
Disney World
by
of
the
Witch
way.
and Scary goes all bloodied.
Yeah, I've read.
Your own
Actually,
stabbing?
it's actually really good. It's basically kind of like a Dexter type situation, but with like a Berenstein Bears setting where there's like anthropomorphic
That's
cute
another good
animals. And yeah, I actually
Nice.
really liked it. I read that one recently, actually.
I'm still
Yeah,
stuck
put me
on the
cute
fact.
back and execute.
I'm stuck on the
Sorry.
fact that Annabelle the doll fought against Homelander and Superman. Like, who?
Or no, Joker. Joker, just Joker.
What the fuck, dude?
I
Did she win?
feel overpowered. I mean, Joker's at the end of the day, he's just a human. You know,
Right.
have to have all of his
Yeah.
toys. You know.
Well, I also felt I recall that Annabelle, there was motion on the page, which undermines the whole. I mean, besides Annabelle showing up in the comic, you can't really do it. But if you're gonna put Annabelle in the comic, there was motion. Whereas, if you recall, all the action was like off screen.
Ah, true.
Well, so basically, she would just appear in a different place, a different panel.
Right after Joker's bruised, and she's
Yeah, which you
Right,
actually do with panels. It would be just like Rorschach's shifting face. It would look better on the page.
They
It would
couldn't
just be
think of
more-
better matchups. This sounds so random and terrible.
Oh,
It sounds like a terrible
I
matchup.
can't believe I'm defending it.
I
find
like
myself
it. It sounds
defending
cool.
it. I'm just explaining it, and somehow
I know,
I'm
my gosh,
defending it.
it's I don't like it.
Well, that's
I'm
the
not
thing.
reading.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it either.
I'm not happy about that premise. You're telling me Annabelle, like from the Warrens, you know, the possessed all of the movies is being moved into DC. Why they're reaching that far
Oh,
that they're
just-
pulling from real world lore now?
Just for a one-shot crossover deal, not permanently.
This is
Not
probably
like being pulled into the
It's-
universe.
they do the
as a
gimmicky stuff.
character.
Yeah.
this is probably asking too much, but like, what was the reasoning for them coming up and fighting? Like, was it like what was the situation that caused them to come together and have to fight each other?
Oh, it's part of a big event with Darkseid.
Of course it is. Okay, that makes sense.
TKO.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
I've got the comic. Just a second, because we can. I can cycle through it if you give me a moment here.
Yeah, so while you're looking, I bet next it's going to be like Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks versus like Green Lantern. And they're going to do some bullshit like that. I mean, really.
Alvin and the
So
Chipmunks.
okay, so did they try to like make it fair and like spell it out? Like, okay, some characters are going to get buffed and some are going to get debuffed because.
All right, so the comic is called. I can't upload it. It's not it's not part of the tabs, but I can upload the cover, and you guys can bask in it.
Well, because
Hey
like,
Doc, what? Real quick, hey Doc, check which mic you're on. If you're not on the room mic or the one that you normally hold.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm coming in very good.
Oh, let's see. So
Sorry, I
this-
should have caught this before the show, but my bad.
That's okay. I should have too. So what? This is the cover.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just make
hold on.
sure. How do I don't even know how I would get rid of it after. So that's going to be fun to figure out. Oh, never mind. I found a way to do it. We're good.
Oh wait, no, it's not. I gave you the last page by mistake.
Okay. So
Well,
let
spoiler
me-
alert.
Yeah. Oh, remove from scene. All right, just add it back again when you're ready. But yeah. We have a super chat
Oh,
from. What was that? Here we go from Dan. Nice podcast, stupid. See, at least this works. Did you guys
Hey.
hear Buckman had a heart attack at 38? I did hear. He has told that story many times actually.
yeah,
Hold on. There we go.
because like,
I'm feeling good at my age. Though.
if you remember like the Marvel Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe game from like 2009 or something, wasn't like Darkseid the reason why the world collided then too? I feel like he was.
Oh, of course.
Since about the 2010s, actually, you can probably make a case the 2000s. They've been entirely too dependent on Darkseid. I mean, the 2000s, you still had some of the Anti-Monitor and other villains
There we
like
go.
all the Lantern related ones, and of course Superboy Prime and all that. But it's been a real reliance on Darkseid as the big bad
So we have.
for a while
Is
now.
that literally Annabelle in the front there fighting?
Looks
That
like
is
it.
literally Annabelle in the front, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the page with the Joker on it. It's a one-page confrontation.
Oh, is that
Alright, cool.
Sub-Zero from? Yeah, that was Sub-Zero.
Sorry, I
from...
ripped it off.
No, no,
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat?
Sub-Zero
Yeah.
from Mortal Kombat is there, yes.
I don't know. I think that's a cool cover, actually. I mean, it's nonsense, but it's a cool cover.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of covers, am I on the Yeti now, or am I still coming out through the shitty?
Oh, you
You
sound
sound
much
good.
better there. We
Yeah.
go.
Okay, because like on this EvMux thing, I was on my Yeti before I went on here, but it seems like I have to jump through another batch of settings to get to my Yeti here. So that's something for me to remember for next time.
Cat
Thank you.
Diggler. Thank you.
Cat
Yes, hit the
Diggler.
like button.
Hey, what I was gonna ask is like, did they do like the buff debuff thing? Because like anyone that knows the lore of like Homelander knows he's no more powerful, at least on the TV show, than like Iron Man. So Superman would be able to like, one punch him. So did they do anything like that, or?
No, they put him on the same strength level from what I
Okay.
saw.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Because I was like, because it would be too unfair of a fight. It's like, yeah, cosmetically they look the same, but it's Superman.
I know what you mean about the TV show, but I just think that was because low budget. I think, obviously I didn't write the book, but I think the idea was to be a direct mirror
Yeah.
of Superman, but like evil.
Yeah, a parody.
Because I wasn't as familiar with the comics, so I didn't know how overpowered they made Homelander in the comic.
He's at the Superman level.
All right, cool.
I really love the boys comic book. It's this scathing, brutally cynical view of the comic book industry. Like it's very like comic book centric, and the longer you've been a comic book nerd, especially about how the industry treats its talent, which unfortunately, longer you're around, the more you're going to pick up on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the more accurate and the more deserving the industry is of it, more accurate the satire was rather. So I can't find myself watching the show because I'm sure it's good, and I'm
Only
sure
the first
it
season. Don't watch anything past the first season. The rest of them can be set on fucking fire and
I'm pretty
thrown
sure
in a
Doc said that.
dumpster.
So just the first season.
Only
I
the
have-
first season. No matter how tempted you are to go into season 2, don't.
I thought
So
it was
I
good
have-
up until 3.
I thought season 2 was good. Yeah.
I've heard people say past the first season is good. I've heard people say everything up until season 5, for the most part, is worth watching, or season 4, whatever the last one is.
Yeah, it's 5. I think 4 took a nosedive, and then 5 tried to pull back on
Right.
the wheel, but then it just free fell into the ground.
Let me ask you: does Trump come up often on the show?
Every 3 seconds.
A lot.
Every 3 seconds, yeah, pretty much, or at least
They make anyone that's slightly conservative at all sound like a backwoods hillbilly that's obsessed with saying pedophile over and over.
Right.
It's very infuriating. Well, to me it is. I can't speak for the rest of you.
No, it's infuriating to me because it takes
Yeah.
me right out of it. I'm not watching some shit on television that's supposed to be like fantasy or comic book or sci-fi. I don't need real world shit. I don't need things reflecting current day situation.
yeah,
It's
but then you
escapism
have.
that I'm
And
seeking.
by the way, I'm on your guys' side with this, but the instant retort to that is, well, politics has been told through art for
Oh.
since the beginning of time. It's a
Yeah,
I
medium
not
understand.
so
express.
I know you're playing devil's advocate here, and that yes, in some
But-
art it is sure, but not every song. Does Taylor Swift do political music, or does Dead Kennedys do political music? There's a time and a place for those types of things. It doesn't need to be. I don't need Fast and Furious driving Honda Civics because of realism.
And we got to remember,
we're
it's like
fucking my four banger neighbors' cars all day long instead of what they actually do in the movie. You know what I mean? Like nobody would watch it.
Right.
It's like what
Nope.
James Gunn did with Peacemaker season 2. His white liberal guilt kicked in, and really kicked in on
agree
season
with
2.
that, yeah.
So, Yeah, so the politics gets brought up, but it gets brought up through the eyes of like the directors and writers that want to skew the good guys in a certain way and the bad guys in a certain way. So if you are like a conservative and you try to enjoy the show, you're gonna hate it because you're basically being made fun of. So why watch it?
Right. And made fun of so it's so hollow. Like that's the thing about political discourse, the political content, like the current political content and shows and movies and whatnot. If it were handled well, not in some ham-fisted and in many cases spiteful manner.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. Because I was thinking about it. Because usually when you have like a popular comic like that, or a popular sort of like genre where they're really sort of trying to sort of like, I think about like when Watchmen came out in sort of the 80s, 86, 87, it was during that period where people like Alan Moore were sort of like reacting to what they thought like comics had become. Like it wasn't really like, it was like sort of stuff for kids and stuff like that. And, they were really sort of reacting to, the sort of shitty, sloppy stuff that was going on with the X-Men and stuff like that. Well, you had sort of Dark Phoenix and stuff, but the idea that like comics were sort of like a juvenile thing, and so the pushback does create something like Watchmen. And so you lead into like the early 90s with like the comics being sort of really gritty, and obviously Watchmen tackles sort of like political issues and that sort of
That's
thing.
another thing about Watchmen is that it's like the Beastie Boys song "Fight for Your Right to Party," where it was meant to be a parody,
The parody,
of
yeah.
Yes,
that
it was.
genre, and it was accepted as one of the like best examples of that
Yeah.
genre.
It was too good to be even a
Yeah.
parody in the audience's eyes. To go back to that point where the late 80s, early 90s, the comic book juvenility, I blame Ninja Turtles, X-Men, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They all became Saturday morning cartoon serialized.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that in turn drove comic sales, so they were like pushed to make them palatable. Because when I would
Batman
like I
89.
grew up in. Oh, go ahead,
You
you
can
Chris.
toss that one in there too.
Which one?
Batman 89. Like
Okay.
driving people into stores and having I mean, he was killing people left and right in that movie.
Well, yeah, and the Dark
Yeah.
Knight Returns too, because remember how much of a big deal that was, and I think like 86 and 87, and how people were like, oh wow, Batman is actually a serious superhero now, and what was going
Right.
on then is sort of like a reaction to all that sort of like perceived cartoony stuff. So
One thing
And you
I
had a
can
whole
say,
generation.
this is like to take like an argument I don't even want to take, but I can at least see the business decision with like nerfing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into what the original comic was into that like
Sure.
kids show where they're obsessed with pizza because it
Liberty.
made them mad business. But
Oh, yeah.
on the opposite end of that was like, who the fuck are the people buying comic books today that are just being taught woke ideology in every issue of everything ever? It's like, do they even sell a book anymore? Because it's not like I see blue-haired nose rings at the mall buying Spider-Punk.
Right.
You know?
I think the people that would define themselves as woke that still buy comic books, it's some weird way that they feel they're staying in touch with the youth. I think that's one aspect of it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I'm still doing a young guy thing.
Right.
Hello, fellow
We're
children.
we're all hip and cool youngsters here.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Hello,
though,
kids.
the American comic book market is so damn small. For example, the Supergirl movie is based on a miniseries called Supergirl: Woman of Tomorrow. Each issue of that comic sold less than 30,000 copies, and yes. And it should be clarified, those sales numbers, those are sales to shops, not the shop to the customer. So it could
right.
be sitting on the rack.
Yeah.
But those are the best numbers you can get because they hide those numbers. I'm convinced they're even worse.
Oh, so
Oh
you
no,
mean,
and
yeah. No, go ahead,
they'll
Spur.
they'll be in the bargain bin for $1 in 2 months too, because
Right.
the store's got to recoup some type of money on it, and all of this is ruining. I don't know, man. The last time I've been to a comic shop was ages ago. because
No,
of
the
that.
comic shops I go to here, I don't go there for the comic books. I go there for the collectibles, like my fucking dolls and shit. It's like I
Right.
gave up on buying comic books unless they have a legacy section where I can go back and like pick up some stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But if they don't have that, that's like I'm not. They're not getting my business, and I just gotta wonder. It's like, is the whole physical comic book industry now just a loss leader? Because I'm
Oh,
racking my
absolutely.
brain to like, who the fuck are the people buying this stuff? It's
Right.
like, as you can see, I am a comic fan. This is the the omnibus of the first 100 issues of the Hulk and
Yeah.
Secret Wars here, but this is the era that I probably love more than anything, is the 70s, 80s, and part of the 90s. I don't know who's buying this shit anymore.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's more so like kind of like almost in a way a write-off, because at least that's how because otherwise how would you justify it business-wise? Because the movies do so well.
Right.
And I think they're
Yeah.
hoping that they're going to get those people who get so enthralled by the fandom and the franchise, kind of like how big Marvel has been. Just be like, I need more of this. Let me buy the offshoot comic just to keep people in a little tighter. I doubt they really give a shit. It's like a
Right,
drop in the bucket.
I think they don't close down the comics division. Both, I think Warner Brothers and Disney don't shut down the comics in their respective divisions because of bad publicity.
Oh God,
Yeah.
it'd be a nightmare. Yeah.
Well,
'Cause even
And I think that's not going to be the case in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like there won't be enough of a backlash.
Yeah.
And in two cases, though, like we're talking about Marvel, and again with like Star Wars, there was that huge merchandise craze, and I think that a lot of these companies are banking on that. Like Doc just said, he goes and gets collectibles. That's why Funko Pops were Beanie Babies back when I was a wee lad was like one of the things. Like there's just Pogs, like so they all try to make this money on the shittiest merch that they can. Stuffed animals being probably one of the more cheaper ones, like with the Funko
Well,
Pop
actually-
being just plastic that they could throw in a box.
A lot
Yeah.
of them.
Yes.
Grogu's everywhere,
Majority of them. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on, Tim.
I was gonna say, yeah, Grogu's everywhere, so anything that they can market that people really want to see and people like, so.
Of course. It
And
should be noted.
collecting culture is a thing. Like people like to collect. I got a whole bunch of 3DS shit sitting behind me amongst like records and VHS. So they know who they're fucking marketing
Well,
to.
do you even play your
Abandonment issue for
3DS
people.
anymore?
Yes and no. When I went to Vegas, that was the last time I played with my 3DS. I got like but I got like 4 others of them though, so I can street pass and do all the
Yeah.
shits. And but again, you're right though, boss. It's sitting on a shelf, and I should dump it for the cash, especially
Yeah.
now because it went up in value since I bought it all.
Right.
Yeah, I
but
found
you
my.
missed it.
I was gonna say I found my 3DS. And it's actually probably worth something. It's like one of the Legend of Zelda limited edition ones in my closet recently. The other day, it's like blue, and I found it recently. It's like I haven't touched this in a decade.
Right.
This might be a good segue to talk about PlayStation getting out of the physical disc movement. That's one of the things I wanted to ask whoever showed up today is what were your all feelings on that?
It definitely is, but I just wanted to remind you. I put up the page with the Joker versus Annabelle. It's on Share Media.
I
If
don't
we
know.
want to wrap it up, if we want to take a close look at that, and then
Dude, I honestly totally forgot we were doing that too. We were having such an in-depth conversation.
it was flowing
I can't
so
remember
well.
shit.
But if
I'm
you
not
wanna
looking
know
at-
why we're talking about the death of physical media, including comics. This would be one of the reasons, or this would be one of the signs, rather. This level of desperation. I can tell you what happens on the next page. It's a spoiler, though.
That's fine. But so he's literally just yelling at the Annabelle doll
He's
here.
yelling at the doll. Yes. The next page,
Wow.
Superman and Highlander crash through the wall and interrupt the fight, turn everything over. So the fight is a no contest.
What a joke.
Do you have
A
like
double count out.
a pick of the
I
issue?
feel
of,
like I can't even tell if
Annabelle,
he's joking or not. I can't tell if that was a joke. Like
No,
I
I don't
expect
think
the
that was
Highlander to be in
legit.
the next panel.
Right.
That was
I
legit.
think he was serious.
I want images of like Annabelle like fighting or clocking someone is what I want to see how that's actually done.
But she doesn't, right? She just sits there.
Right, that's what I want to see. I want to see some
No, I
shots
recall-
and panels of that.
Hold on, I'm going through it now.
Of like someone like bloody or like with a broken face or something, and then like she's just like in the corner, just sort of like
Yeah.
in the panel.
But speaking to answer Harley's question, we actually, while he's looking for that, I think it's just a trap. We talked about it a little bit in the pilot. I just think it's a trap to basically keep you from owning things. Like,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
it's
You will
always
own
just going to
nothing,
be a
you'll be
lease.
happy.
It's just because when they say purchase, on the PlayStation Store, Xbox
Purchase.
Store, it just means right in the fine print. It's we reserve the right to revoke this license at any time. You're basically renting for a fixed price.
So
And I think it's fucked up.
I agree. The first time I heard about that was ages ago. Bruce Willis was trying to leave his MP3 collection to his daughter.
That's right.
And iTunes was like, you don't own that shit. You can't leave that to you. Because he had like a fucking ridiculous, $100,000 MP3 collection or whatever. And that's when it like became really public knowledge that you don't own the shit.
Is this the most absurd panel you've ever seen?
That's
Homelander
awesome. I'm into it,
crashing
actually.
through while Annabelle's just limply sitting there.
Just
Unfortunately, there's no Annabelle smacking people down. Unfortunately, she doesn't move as much as I recalled from my brief flip through this. But Joker does get his hands on her at the end there.
Yeah, look at that. Wow, what a W. He threw a doll across the room.
God damn, that's a
I saw you
bear
move. I
spin.
saw you move.
And what is this called again? DCKO? Marvel Smash Bros? What's it called?
It's called,
Right?
the event is called DCKO. All these the crazy matchups with the cross company ones are in one special called Boss Battle.
Okay.
I agree. Look, we got a celebrity filled panel right now. I do think this is a badass lineup, though. I'm being for real. I think this is a good lineup
Yes.
for this kind of stuff.
I like my current company.
Yeah. What was I going to say? But yeah, dude, I'm not a big fan. I don't think anyone should be. As far as, because it's just, kind of like how they're probably going to slowly phase out, like the comics thing, when people stop giving a fuck about physical media. This is like the slowly ripping of the Band-Aid, so we don't even realize when it's off until it's too late, kind of thing.
And they're really spoiling people because think about it. Okay, it's the first day the game has been released. Are you going to drive down, even if you've got a reservation, are you driving down to, I don't know, the video game store? I mean, are any of those like electronics boutique or anything like that?
Oh man, EB Games, man. That's GameStop.
right.
GameStop.
EB
You want to go to
yeah.
Walden Games or Babbage's
yeah.
or...
Moose
And
Nut.
they all
Whereas-
became GameStop later on, man. Every one of them got bought out by a GameStop.
What was
Digital,
the movie
same day
store that was
thing.
in Walmart? What was that one called? It was like Movie Gallery or something.
Oh, really?
There was one that Walmart kind of they didn't own it, but they leased out in multiple locations
Was it
across
Movie
the
Gallery?
US.
I remember Movie Gallery.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
I can't remember.
But, they don't
But,
even,
yeah, you
GameStop doesn't
contract.
even focus on games anymore. I mean,
Nope.
it goes about...
Collectibles, like
Right,
Merch,
just like
yep.
you were saying. So it's just they've been kind of slowly cushioning us with the convenience of, because I think you started to say, Dario, the convenience of, well, am I going to wait till the next day and drive to the store? Or maybe, if you're lucky, there's a midnight release. But even then, that takes a lot more effort than just downloading straight to your
Same
console.
day.
Yep.
Yeah, same day. Up, just download it straight to your console. Get it the same day.
Yep.
The only thing you have to wait for is the patch.
I was gonna say, there's
Oh,
especially with physical things,
damn
there's
it.
no patching. Like,
And that was another thing they took away from us. There used to be this strict console PC methodology. Consoles were plug and play. Outfitting your rig was the PC Master Race. And slowly they've been breaking that down where like you buy like RAM and stuff for your Xbox, I think. I'm not
well,
too sure.
and moreover, they're like Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive for like the first year.
Yep.
It's not going to be on
No.
anything else.
Shut the fuck
Is
up.
it? You don't know? Go. You think I'm lying? It's going to be
it'd be breaking news to me.
And another thing that's
It's not going to be on PC for a year.
Oh,
or something like
that's
that.
who fuck PC? Who cares?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Fuck
that's
you,
like-
buddy, with
Yeah,
your
I had-
fucking Neanderthal. That's why you
Yeah.
need a console because you can't run a PC.
I had to wait. For
It is the master race.
I had to
fool.
wait for years to play Red Dead Redemption 2. I think.
I'm saying. I had to wait
6
extra long because I
million.
had to wait for somebody to break the anti-cheat shit on it or the de novo fucking anti-piracy shit.
But you know,
Another thing
Thanks,
we got
Empress.
we got beat up on was like we used to have games weren't released unless they were complete. They were gold. That was it.
Yeah.
If you got it, it was over. Now they release incomplete games with patch after patch after patch, and some games never get completely patched all the way before they abandon it for next year's. Like WWE 2K25, for example. There's still a section of the game that's waiting to be updated. That they're not going to update it, and there was no announcement or anything. They're just not going to update a promised section of the game because fuck it, they don't have to, and they know we'll roll over and take it.
yeah, they already got your money.
Yeah.
Doctor, let me ask you, Doctor, is the part of the game that is completed, though, that My Island part, the microtransaction hub?
Oh yeah, that one's totally complete. That's
Right.
perfect in every way. It's the world tour, the world tour part of it that you can't play Japan. You can't, and you'll never be able to. It just says not yet when you try to click on Japan. Not yet, not yet.
No, that's what's so fucked up. But there's even these little things. Like again, the way they've been doing it. I remember when I was in high school, my friend's brother. I don't know what the hell he was up to, but he came across like a bunch of. I think it was Call of Duty Ghosts, like a week early.
Okay.
And he was like, "Give me $40 and you'll get it." And I was like, "It's $20 off." So I was able to play that game a week early. You didn't have to wait for a day one patch. Running around with all the YouTubers at the time who probably got it sent by Call of Duty. And that stuff you can't even, I mean, not that it's necessarily moral, but I still technically paid for the product. But you can't even basically I owned it so I could play it, even though it was before Street Date. They don't let you do you don't own shit. And that's basically what it's coming down to.
Your product key does not allow this game to be played until X date.
Right. Or you're too early. It always tells me on Xbox. It's like, we know you're excited, but you're a little early.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is an unauthorized unit of entertainment.
Right.
And basically, the game isn't even on the disc anymore, right? It's just basically sort of like
No, a
connecting
validation
you
key.
to a
Yeah.
validation key essentially. So
Yeah,
I guess we haven't really owned media in a long time, huh?
Yeah. Probably for a couple of years now.
I think it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. There's some games, mostly the older games, where part of the data is on the disc, so you're actually downloading the data straight from the disc, but
Right.
it's not even all of the data. It's just like a chunk of it. But nowadays, that disc is just basically for show for the most part. It's like, it's a thing that put the product code into the box.
Right. It's literally what it is. It's like when you enter the code, you redeem a code. It's just disc form, and it's just a shit. And I know this might seem, to people who aren't as into it, like kind of petty, but I think it does represent like a grander scheme of negative business practices. Like, just slowly. I wish it's almost like they're giving you McDonald's with just the burger, but you remember the cheese and the onions and the, remember the days when we
It's
had
all
$5
DLC
burgers?
now, though, dude. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Now it's all DLC. You want cheese, you got to pay 30 cents extra. You want onion,
Right.
it's another 20 cents. You want your shit wrapped in a nice wrapper, that's another $1 because
Right.
cosmetics are a thing.
And if you want to come back to McDonald's, we're not even going to let you into the store unless you purchase the season pass.
Yeah, you got to get your battle pass so that
Yep.
way and then you score points and earn an extra small fry by the end of the week.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all incentivized, it's really it's awful, but real quick to your point, boss, there was a sort of initiative that got shot down. It was the Stop Killing Games initiative,
Yeah.
where they were trying to get companies to be like, okay, dude, you want to shut down your servers and shit? it's over. Give it to the people. Let private people be able to set up their own servers. Which, back to the 3DS,
Yeah.
Nintendo shut all that shit down, but people have taken it upon themselves. It's called Pretendo, and you can do all the same shit. I want to play Mario Kart Online. I could still play Mario Kart Online because somebody took it upon themselves to do it, and that could. The first game that got me was Need for Speed: The Run for the PlayStation 3. I put it in, and it said EA servers are no longer blah blah blah, and I couldn't play the game. But I shut the internet off on the PlayStation. You turn the Wi-Fi off on the PlayStation, you put the game in, it won't do the internet check, and it skips that, and you can play the game like it's normal.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's like it's really fucked up in that way, like you're saying. You know, you just kind of don't
they've
own it.
started to stop those loopholes by the, like they force an internet connection to even be able to access it to begin with, even if it's up or whatever. So when that day does come, there's no more loophole for you to play anymore.
And
That
and
sucks.
there was a mobile game that got me that actually put some money in, that when they sunsetted, they refused to listen to the fans that were like, man, just send us an update to where we can play this fucking thing offline. You know, if you're abandoning it, you're saying you don't care about making any more money on this game. A simple update to let us play offline. It was a Breaking Bad mobile game that was only up for a year, and I was so mad when finally the day came and I clicked on it, because it was one of the ways I would waste time at work, and then it was just like, we can't seem to access the servers anymore. I'm like, no.
Was it one of those like idle games where you like
Yeah.
upgrade your stashes and
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like
I love
Narcos or whatever. Narcos is like that, but one of those like city building and defending games.
Yeah.
It was fine. You know, it was a thing to do to kill time.
But yeah, no, and the most expensive DLC was hitting the dumpster behind McDonald's too.
What a great story. Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
Fantastic
one
story,
day
yeah.
we'll all go on tour back there, and I'll be like,
I'll go.
that's where I fucked the love of my life that got away.
And that's where
You
the
have the
crunching
story,
leaves
though.
were. That's where the leaves were.
That's where the leaves were. I think that's one of the legacy leaves right there, if I
Legacy
remember
leaves?
correctly.
Oh man, dude, you seriously, you make me crack up, bro. That's why I start doing it. I can't turn away from your stories. And your
He's such a
anime
good
video.
storyteller.
Yeah, he is.
It's the
Thank
way
you,
he.
Art.
It's, sorry, go ahead.
I've got more.
No, go ahead, Sperg. Shoot.
Go ahead,
I was-
Sperg. I love
I was-
compliments.
Well, I remember complimenting your storytelling because it was Clown Town is where I was first watching you, and you like kind of would just go into these stories and have all these guys cracking up. You know, I think I said that you like to meander through a story, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not.
you're
in
very
a
good with your
rush.
details.
That's why I wanted to just do my own thing, because when I was going on other people's shows, I kind of felt like they were like, hurry up and get to the point, hurry up and get to the point. And I don't like that. I'm from Texas. I get to the point when I fucking get there.
Yep.
That's right.
I don't remember the story about you seeing your mom's asshole though, so I might need to.
No, the McDonald's girl's asshole. I think he wants to know if you got to see McDonald's girl's mom's asshole.
No, I got to
Her
see McDonald's girl's mom's asshole. Yes, it was pristine
Got
in
it.
every way, and
Pristine.
like while I do miss that girl more than anything, I do miss the mom too. And the times that we had, like me accidentally seeing her asshole out of the blue, me catching her wiping her pussy blood and shit up at the same time. It's like it's memories like that stick with you forever, and you know.
I bet.
Pussy, blood, and shit. YouTube terms of service.
You're good.
Yeah,
You had the
that's what I
triple crown
meant.
on the ticket.
That was fantastic. And that, if you're not familiar with Dr. Harley, for those of you watching, that's a great introduction and why he's such a riveting storyteller.
When you think of pussy, blood, and shit, think of me.
I will.
Every time I pass a McDonald's, man, I see the dumpster out back. I'm like, ah, man.
There it was. That was it.
Okay, I guess Harley's enthralling the crowd here. Was Harley able to smell the iron from the blood?
Oh God, yeah. That's why I have to wear fucking paint all the time now, because the paint, when it gets on my tongue, it deadens the taste. And you have, like you have like muscle memory and shit. I have like muscle taste. So like every now and then I'm, oh God, I taste the dumpster mom's pussy blood again. And then I have to like hurry up and take a drink of the monster, and then I get too wired.
Right. And that anime music video was awesome, by the way. The cheese
Oh.
Danish, Japanese letters. But yeah, Pell says hi, everyone. Cool panel.
Oh.
Sup,
I
Pell?
like the fact that you're wired because you're trying to get the taste of that pussy blood iron. So you're constantly wired because you live with this phantom taste that you have to deal with.
It's like people that worked in the goddamn coal mines in the 1800s. It's like, working underground like that killed their taste buds so bad they would just get above ground and just eat nothing but hot wings all day. That's the only thing they could taste anymore. That's why I got a cheap chugging monster. It's the only thing that covers it.
Right. It's almost like a paint stripper. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
That was awesome. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I think we were talking about Lost Media. And don't worry, I loved it. I loved
Physical
every second
media.
of that. Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah, right. Physical media, all right.
Physical media.
Right, because we were talking about DLCs, and it's like, but some of these games, like, you guys hear about that game Concord that was like hundreds of millions of dollars to develop and died in like a week, and they're just
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was gonna be like you're familiar with Overwatch?
Concord was a
Yeah.
huge disaster.
Yeah, I know Overwatch.
Yeah, it's basically this. It was a hero shooter but it was all like, I'm trying to figure out how to put this. It was like
It was so DEI. It was stereotyping itself. It was a stereotype.
God.
That bad?
yes,
It
that
was
bad.
terrible. It died with its target demographic.
Was that
Although the
was
argument can be made that this so-called modern audience doesn't exist, or if they do, they don't play games and watch movies. They just
Well-
talk about them on social media.
Right.
That's another argument.
Wasn't it
If
so
I had
bad
to judge a
like,
game by its cover, it's pretty
and-
gay.
And I think it was so bad. I think like if you
Yeah,
bought
it
the
was-
game, I think it was refunded actually. Like
Yes.
it was so insane. I think people got refunded. Like anyone who bought a copy, because
I
like it
believe
died
it.
in like 3 weeks or something.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm looking
Sperg,
at
I
the
was trying to
character.
come up with a way to say it without, being rude.
Right.
But yes,
Oh,
it was-
I'm rude. I'm looking at all of the characters. I
Yeah.
got 3, 6, 8, 16 characters, and 4 of them are obese. We got a robot, and
They look all like butch lesbians, right?
a lot of them are
Yeah.
very.
They have their
It is
quota.
very stereotypical. Like we're going to slap these together to
DEI.
appeal to certain audiences, especially the
Yeah.
the dark black girl with the dreadlocks and snow camo.
But
Okay.
I bet they made her really, 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 really smart. Like really smart.
They Tim's totality to her is what you're saying. I think.
They
Right.
made her a Tim's totality.
Right.
what I was reading about this game was that on top of this, the most important part actually, the game itself was poorly designed. For example, it's a hero shooter that I was reading about this. You couldn't instantly recognize even the silhouette from far away of the characters, which is
geez.
apparently for hero shooters is like very important for that split second recognition.
Right.
But what was that game? It was the Super Woke game. Might have been the first one. I mean, it was like I can't even remember. It was like where the characters would be sitting around talking, and then one of them said yes, and then she went in the battle. Oh my! I'm sorry. I accidentally said she when her pronouns are now they them. I must do push-ups.
That was Dragon Age.
Dustborn.
Ah!
That was
Oh, Dragon Age.
That was
Yeah.
Dragon Age.
Dragon
the
Age.
newest one.
I thought that was an
Dragon
example,
Age, yeah.
I thought that was like a potential example. Because
No,
Dustborn
that
is the
really
game where
happened.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
have the clip. I have it saved.
No, and
Dragon
the
Age
worst
Wild
part
Card.
about
Where
that.
the protagonist does like push-ups or sit-ups to punish
Right.
themselves
But
for
the worst-
misgendering.
Yeah, the worst part of that is that the character they did it to was like in the previous games is like she was an orphan pirate who just was like, fuck everyone, I don't care about anything. I'm gonna steal, thieve, and grift my way through life because it's all I know. And then they take that character and go, oh, oh my God, push-ups, I'll never misgender you again. It was also just an assassination of their
Wow.
character. And that's that'll circle back to the whole political point making we were talking about in media. They just assassinated built over multiple stories a character to be like, no, just kidding. They may be a thief who doesn't care if you live or die, but boy, will they be sorry if they
pronouns,
misgender you. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. What do we got here?
Don't forget about what happened to me in the comic books when I was a girl. I was walking down the street with a black character, and this black character said to me, it's like, you know what, Harley, the thing is like you can punch the Riddler in the face, but you know what you can't punch in the face? Systemic racism.
That was
So
not a real
he's-
thing.
That was
He's
a
not
real
exaggerating.
thing.
There's a Batman comic where Tom King, who is currently assisting DC films and giving them creative, such as the Supergirl movie, Tom King, he wrote a multiple page, it was either 2 or 4 pages of Superman lecturing Batman on his white privilege. The words white privilege were used.
Didn't he? But yeah, sure. Batman had money, but he watched his parents get assassinated, and then he willingly goes out and gets shot at and beat up every day to like overcompensate. I wouldn't really call that privileged. I don't.
What?
You know what?
You forget he's a rich white man. That's the
you're right.
biggest sin in the
Profiling, too.
world.
He's the man.
Let's look at Batman's numbers and see who he's really
Hating.
putting behind bars.
This is probably a bad example, and it's sort of moving it out of the way. But I remember, isn't it like Anthony Cumia of all people's like complaining about that with like Many Saints of Newark or whatever, because he was talking about how like in that movie sort of like the Italians and young Tony Soprano were like standing up for like, you know, black protesters in the 60s or something. And they're like, if you've ever seen an episode of, you know, The Sopranos,
Yeah,
you know,
the
where they,
first, the
Wow.
first
They killed
one
my
where-
Moulignon.
yeah, when they're
Titsoon.
right.
No, and it's crazy because even in the actual show, there's like an arc where Meadow is dating like a black guy or half black guy. Even
Yes.
not even
Yeah. Yeah, he was like a film guy. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he was like
And-
a film studies student.
And he literally gave that guy the talk, but not like the Birds of Beast talks. He's like, "You're black, we're Italian or whatever. We don't mix. Like, you're gonna say goodbye to my daughter, and you're never gonna see her again."
Right.
That was in the show. So to that reversal of his, I just hate that shit. Like, I get what you're trying to say. Like, it's not right. It's just beating you over the head with that's not right. And it's like, just let me watch a show, dude.
It's often handled the same way movies you watch in school handle serious subjects. Like, you know,
Right.
here's a movie, you know what I mean? Like, here's a movie about not doing drugs, and it's the most inane shit. Whereas schools could save a lot of time and money if they just forced everyone to watch Requiem for a Dream. That
Something
Tell 'em
along those
like
lines.
that that'll scare the butt fucking shit out of them to like never go near that.
Instead of
no.
taking the
drug
kids
use
to a
down
field trip to
something
like,
50%.
if
Oh,
they,
go on.
instead of taking them to like libraries and museums and shit, we need to start taking them down to the hood and the ghetto and just like go look at this shit and just let it like you know when they're 8 or 9 years old, just scare the piss out of them with like
Drop
"Hey,
them off.
what
Now
do
you
these
gotta
people want?
be
You want-
careful
This is
with
what
that.
drugs do to you.
If you
Take 'em
take
to
them to
K&A.
the hood, if you take them to the hood and there's too many black people, they'll
Right.
say you're being racist because you're showing them the hood and you're showing black people in the hood.
Right.
And you can't have that. So
fair
you've
point.
got to do like what the latest episode of like what was it, the new season of Punisher or whatever, and it's like we're gonna show some gang members going up and down the street terrorizing ordinary citizens. The ordinary citizen was an old black guy, and the gang members were all white. Fred
Because
Durst.
that's accurate.
Well, I did really like. I did like it more than most people did.
Did you the newest season of The Punisher?
That like the new. It's not the length of a movie, but it's like around.
Oh yeah, the new Punisher thing to wrap it into Daredevil, whatever it
Or
was.
Spider-Man, one of those two.
Yeah.
I
By
hate
the
that I
way-
got in my head now a bunch of like Fred Durst people beating up a black dude to just one of those days, just like kicking the shit out of
I think
a
they
guy in
killed
the
his
street.
dog. They were like, "We just hate you, random
Yes,
black guy,
yes.
so much. I'm gonna kill your dog."
No,
And
that's
then-
pretty much
yeah.
what happened.
Fucked up.
He
You have
picked
to
up
really
the homeless
show,
guy's
yeah.
dog. It was like a little tiny like Yorkie thing, and he's just like, "Oh, hello," and he threw it in front of a truck. That was the opening scene.
Stop! I'm gonna come.
And then at the end, it's like full circle. And I guess the guy was a veteran too, and that same guy threw his dog.
Oh,
in the truck.
they mend fences. They see each other. Oh, they it works out.
Yeah, he was and he was wearing like his hat, and he's like, "Hey," Punisher's like, "Hey, you take that shit off your mug," and then the black guy goes, "But that's not all he took from me," like signifying he killed my dog, and then the last shot is just Punisher blowing him in the face, and that's how it ends. But I actually, all this like kind of woke shit aside, though,
Yeah.
there are some good like projects that I still enjoy that are like big screen. Like I thought Thunderbolts was really good. It's probably the last
Oh
thing.
God
I
damn,
did
that
too.
was great.
Yeah,
I did too.
and that wasn't that long. That was like a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really well done. I liked how Bob, because I didn't know anything about Sentry or anything like that, so I just thought Bob was like, I thought he was supposed to be like comic relief, like while they're stuck in a box. But lo and behold, where it's like revealed, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And that's what I've been saying for a while. You have a movie like Thunderbolts that comes out. You have a movie like Obsession that comes out. I'm not saying, and no conservative-minded person is saying make conservative movies. That'd be fucking lame. It would be torture to watch. We're just saying don't make them woke. Just avoid the woke shit, and you can go back to making good movies pre-2020, and that's what Thunderbolts pulled off, and Obsession pulled off, and a couple of other things. But yeah, that's it. Just do more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff.
None taken.
And I agree with that. It's and the horrible message it sends those. I'm pretty sure Thunderbolts like underperformed.
I think so.
Yeah.
So then the
I
higher ups
believe it
gonna be
did.
like, well, it looks like the woke shit.
Yeah,
is what brings
they're
it in.
they're not taking chances. Corporations have a philosophy called risk aversion, which boils down to no taking chances, no thinking outside the box. So Thunderbolts, see, I was going to say I have such a hatred of Dis-Marvel, as I call it, D-I-S, Dis-Marvel, just like Dis-Star Wars. I have such a hatred, I avoid it like the plague. However, so I haven't seen Thunderbolts. You guys are putting over Thunderbolts big time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I may have to watch it
You have to.
and give you some kind of review for next time.
Yeah, you should. You absolutely should.
Also, watch Captain America: Brave New World to balance it out, so you know what to do. So watch that too.
Yeah, that wasn't good. It's just, and it was supposed to be like something else entirely, and they like reshot it like months.
Yeah, if you know wrestling, the wrestler Seth Rollins was cast in the movie and played Sidewinder, and so there was a whole plot line involving the Serpent Society, which is like the Klan if they genetically engineered
Yeah,
themselves to have snake powers.
Gus from Breaking Bad plays him now. Actually,
Yes, they switched it. So Giancarlo Esposito, that's his name.
Yes.
So he played a completely different version of Sidewinder.
That's who that was supposed to be?
Yeah.
I feel like every time like a shitty movie or a movie that like needs like an oomph to be respected, they kind of throw him in it now, which he's a great actor, but he's been in a few sort of like kind of positions.
Mandalorian
like
too, right?
Yeah, where he's sort of like thrown in to sort of like give it, I don't know, gravitas or significance
I
or
thought
something.
that's what I felt like
And that's exactly
when I
how
saw
it-
him there. Yeah.
Yeah, but his
Casting
plot,
directors are the worst. They're so uncreative.
his like plot in that movie is not even congruent with the film. It's like it almost feels like a side thing that just sort of that movie's a disaster for many reasons, which would take I think like 40 episodes. But that movie's a shit show for several different reasons. But
Well,
I
and he
was-
also plays the same character, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like ever since he played Gus Fring in Breaking Bad.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They cast the same 20 actors and they cast them in these they pigeonhole them as the old timers say.
Typecast.
Typecast, thank you. Much better term.
yeah, and like Sperg was saying, he's basically the same character in The Mandalorian. He's basically the same kind of character.
But you know what? One character we just don't see enough of. Bald-headed Deborah Wilson in every video game.
Oh
ever.
my
Can
God.
we just get a few more games
Oh my
of her?
God.
Is that not a thing? Like when I first saw her in a game, it was The Outer Worlds, which is like, you know, space bounty guy kind of shit, and she was like this bitch cunt cop. I really hated her
Yeah.
character. It was like, well, it's like she was like the police chief or whatever for all intents and purposes. I can't remember. Her name was like a Conde or some shit like that too. Like
Of course
a
it
strong
was.
African name. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, like I loved her so much in Mad TV. Like
Yeah.
she fucking made Whitney Houston a gem of a character. She did what Whitney Houston, what Chappelle did for Rick James.
Yeah.
Basically. You
I would
know,
agree with that,
I
yeah.
was laughing at that shit. Bobby! Like every time
Yeah,
somebody yells
yeah.
about Bobby in our little corner about Bob Levy, that's all I think about is Whitney Houston yelling for Bobby Brown. Bobby! You
So-
know, where the fuck are the car keys, Bobby? Why can't you trust me with this? You know, it's just a good sketch. But now it's like, yeah, she's a super
Levy.
militant black lady who hates everybody, and it's kind
Yeah,
of sad.
and I just looked it up. She's in like a million games. So she was in
Jedi Sur-
Wolfenstein 2,
All the
Which-
Jedi games, Jedi Survivor, Jedi.
Yep.
She's in those.
Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I'm sure Harley has a lot to say about that game. I'm actually curious.
I'm just gonna do this because it's
Oh,
just
man.
not worth my time.
He's like, I'm checking out. Let me check out.
Right, just thumbs down.
That
And
was
she was
Kevin
in.
Conroy's final work. Oh,
Oh my God, yeah. Well, luckily they retconned that, but yeah, no.
Yes.
Harley, technically, you killed the Batman of the
You
Arkham
did.
games.
I mean, there is a silver lining, so
Right.
and it was such an unpopular decision online that they put out a comic book retconning the game's cinematic.
Yeah, what was the excuse? I don't remember. Like, how did they talk themselves out of just straight up point blank shooting Batman?
I don't know. I think it was something about a clone. I'm looking it up now.
Oh my
I
God.
actually didn't know
when in doubt, pull the clone card.
Clone card.
You know?
It doesn't sound right, but I remember a cloning being part of it. I'm checking now.
Android Batman.
Yeah, or
He's
the
a robot.
multiverse thing. Like, he was from
Yeah,
the
that too.
Earth
Oh,
600.
that might have been it.
Yeah, it was.
It was the Batman of Earth 48-Q9.
Right. There we go. But yes, I
Nope.
think. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, all of them. The whole game is retconned because they're manufactured genetic duplicates of the Justice League.
What? All of them?
So
Oh
not
my
clone.
God.
They just reframed
They were all
the
cloned, created by Brainiac. That's the retcon.
manufactured duplicate.
It's such a
Pre-owned.
cop-out because how can you... Here's the thing, as a comic book fan that I've been my whole life, how can you get invested in this shit when they do that crap? It's like, well, don't worry. If you kill the Batman or the Superman, it's just a duplicate anyway.
Right, 'cause nothing
it's
matters.
fine.
And not to be, we're talking geeky here. You can't clone Superman. That's how you get Bizarro.
Yes, exactly.
Well, they don't care. They just needed to get that game. By the way, I got the $99 edition for $199. I was like, all right, now I have to try it. But that's how poorly it sold. They're like 99%
Wow.
off. Yeah, it was bad. But speaking of, like, there are some possibilities. Like, I know we talked about it briefly a little bit, like in the group a couple weeks ago. But I am really looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie. I have
me
hopes
too.
for
I
it.
think it'll be good. I do think it'll be good. I think there'll be some irritating things that I'll nitpick, but I think it'll be at least 95% great.
Yeah. So they swing where it matters.
It has to be because Disney needs it to be. They need a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I
Well,
was
and
thinking,
Spider-Man can bring it too, in my opinion. It's probably one of their better franchises, even with Miles
Yeah,
Morales kind of taking the brunt of wokeism on that, and even that isn't the same.
It's
Because
handled. I think it's handled differently with them.
Spider-Man
with
had a
like-
multiverse before there was like a full-on Marvel multiverse. There was already that happening there with Madam Web and all that shit.
Right.
So it was like
Yeah.
more passable to me in that franchise. And then they just now it's everybody. I mean, everybody has a like Doc was mocking it, Earth 487-Q19. And it's like,
Just
yeah,
do
fuck
that.
we're doing
You know
here.
why
Come
they
on.
do that? Because of variants, and they can merchandise the variants.
Well, I was
Again, back right to the top of the list. They're making money on merch now. We got 47 different Batmans for you to flip. It's like Baskin Robbins of superhero-dom.
I
was
mean,
thinking also-
but when
oh,
you
yeah.
do these multiverses, you get first off, there's everyday cringe shit where they just Black Spider-Man. Let's have a Black Spider-Man for just to make people happy. But then you get into
I mean, Miles Morales is a good Spider-Man. I would push
Yeah,
back on that.
of all the
I wanna
DEI
admit
characters,
something.
he's
I would
one of
push
the
back
better
on
ones.
that. That's a good
I
one.
I went into the Spider-Verse, cartoon movie. I was like, man, I'm gonna hate this, but I've got to see it. I've got to say, I can say, even though they did what they did, the writing was so excellent that it pulled the plane up for me. I was like, well, if you were gonna do it, this is how you do it. Because I wasn't angry at the end of that movie, but so I will give Into the Spider-Verse its
I got one.
flowers.
I
for
got
that.
one. I was also
The answer to Pellel's question is Amanda Waller.
Well, I want to see Dr. Harley Quinn. Can you read this?
I can't see.
All
I
right.
have to have my glasses.
I'll ask you.
should've
So
waited.
Pellel wants to know, what if J. Jonah Jameson is played by a fat black lady?
Well, they
Jump
never
out that
pull the trigger.
window.
You're right. They never pull the trigger. See, they won't go, here's Black Superman. They'll go, here's Black Superman's boss. They'll hand
Well,
down.
Don't forget about
C-list
Steel.
characters. I like Steel. Steel was created to be black, and unfortunately got a real raw deal with live action adaptations.
He did.
Dan-
He got the shaft.
Dan,
Yeah.
Dan
Oh
from
yeah,
Nice-
that's the guy Shaq played, right?
Oh my god.
Right.
See, I've got jokes.
I forgot about that.
Let's
Dan
take,
from
let's
Nice
take Superman's
Podcast
best
Stupid.
friend and put. Let's take Superman's best friend and put him in a movie where there's no Superman.
Yes.
That's how it is. It's so much.
Or one of Superman's best friends, I
But
should
Dan
say.
wants to
One.
know, can we talk about Green Lantern? What happened? Yeah, I mean, sure, we could touch on it. I think he's referring to the
The
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds one.
movie.
Yeah, I only saw it once. I can't really say.
It's been a while since when did it come out in like 2012 or something like that?
Yeah.
2011.
Really?
Yeah,
That
that was
long ago? Wow.
heartbreaking. It was bad
Fine.
script.
Well, and that was a weird era right in there too, like that late 2010s or between 2010 2015,
Early.
still kind of finding their stuff, like Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3 kind of right in that. Iron Man 3 sucked in my opinion.
I liked Iron Man
Right.
3.
But Marvel was
But, like,
revving
I-
up, whereas DC was just kind of bumping around in the dark.
Yeah,
Exactly. And I agree, like I watched Ryan Reynolds be Green Lantern once and I barely remember any of it, to be
I
honest
don't
with you.
remember that movie
That-
much at
I
all.
think
Well, I
that's
remember-
everybody's opinion. Is like we all saw it. I don't remember walking out of the theater going, God damn it, the fucking hell, I can't believe they did X, Y, and Z. I just remember not thinking about it.
At all.
Same
I
like with
remember-
Daredevil and Ben Affleck. It was like, all right, I
Yeah.
watched that. And then they made Elektra out of that too.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the Ryan Reynolds
I watched
Green
that.
Lantern, the only thing I remember about it is Ryan Reynolds saying in an interview that he had to correct the script
Oh,
when
good.
the Green Lantern's oath came up. And he had to correct it. And it's like, if they got something so simple wrong, then,
Was-
there were all kinds of problems. Plus, you could tell the way they handled everything involving Sinestro.
I don't even remember. Like, I know who he's the Yellow Ring guy, right?
Yeah.
but
They just gave him the yellow ring. Just give it to him.
Okay, there you go. Was I? And they were
You are
really
bad.
They
the
were
bad ring.
right. They were fucking with Ryan Reynolds. Like you could tell he gave a shit. Like, cause even he played Deadpool in a Wolverine movie where he wasn't in costume at all. Like, but you could
Not
tell
just that. Not just that. See, Deadpool's nickname, like his, Superman is the Man of Steel. Deadpool is the Merc with a mouth.
Yeah.
And so in
didn't
that
have a
movie,
mouth.
they literally removed his mouth.
Yeah.
And that movie was X-Men Origins Wolverine. That was retconned in a way as well, right? Like they addressed that in one of the Deadpool movies, don't they? Or was that
Yes.
officially retconned or something? Was that retconned with Days of Future? I don't remember. It might have been mixed up with how X-Men was it's retconned.
they-
It wasn't in Days of Future Past. I saw that one.
Okay, I
they-
remember it's retcon though. It didn't exist or something.
It might be
I'm
in
sure.
Deadpool 2, in
they
Deadpool 2 or something.
they
They're
did
really
some
good.
they did some joke footage where real Deadpool goes
That's right.
back in time and shoots the old
That's
fake
right. I was wondering. Yeah, I figured
So
it was
they
something
did
funny
that.
like that. Because I was actually also thinking about what Dario had mentioned about like playing it safe and all that, and how corporations and studios are just sort of like doing whatever they can do to play it safe because they're trying to not sort of risk anything. And I guess the biggest sort of example of that not working for once is actually everyone says that the new Moana movie is terrible and it's made like $15, because they were just trying to sort of make another live action sort of remake, and people are really talking about how like I think people are tired of Disney just sort of like making remakes and they're playing the safest bet and it's made like $3, and everyone's saying that The Rock is terrible and why was this movie had to be made. Everyone remember Moana's not new enough for old enough for people to not remember it and all that stuff. So
Exactly. The Moana remake is a convergence of reasons. It's both live action Disney remake fatigue and The Rock fatigue, and a third thing, like you just said,
Sperg is bugging
it's
out.
only
Spurging
been like
out.
10 years.
I hate anything that gets made from a cartoon to live action. It drives me fucking nuts. I hated it. I hate when Netflix does it. I hate when Disney's doing it. It's a cheap ploy on a lot of their part. They could just make it. And I agree. Fatigue on the cartoon to live action and Rock fatigue. Everybody's sick of seeing him around in every other movie now. It's just they don't have anybody else to go to right now. If they were to make an action movie tomorrow, who are they getting?
Yeah,
Henry
pretty much all
Cavill.
those. Yeah, no, all those like maybe Henry Cavill, but you bring a point like the Vin Diesels and the Bruce Willises, like they're all
John
aging
Claude
out of-
Van Damme.
Yeah, they're all
Well, they
aging out of it.
killed the movie star. Like the whole movie
Yeah.
star concept is dead, and they don't have star vehicles the way they used to because everything has to be a tentpole. Everything has to be a $300 million epic.
And that's another reason why Disney needs a win, like not just in their Marvel section, but they're pretty much hemorrhaging money everywhere.
Yeah.
When it comes to Star Wars, I mean, granted they're Disney, they'll be all right, but I'm sure on the business side of things, they're looking at the graph and it's just going down on all of their, with the live action shit, the Star Wars, the Marvel, all of it's redlining. So my hope is that even if they don't care about us or their IP in a way, and really the higher ups we know it's just about making money for the investors, hopefully that is enough to push them in the right direction. If it just keeps going down, that's the only hope, really. With that,
You have to vote with your wallets if you want them the correct course. Just don't go to support these awful movies. Don't be tempted at all.
Right. The little power we have left is the financial support we give these products.
but the problem
We
is a
have to
lot of
vote with
people
our
are
wallet.
willing to just do it. Like you see it everywhere. We talked about it a little bit with NJ, with
Yeah.
Ranger and Tim were here.
Settling.
It-
Yes.
Yeah, they'll just accept it, or people will just be like, "Oh, but I like this," or they like grew up with it. Like for example, kids that are like turning 20, 21 now grew up when like Fortnite or whatever was being popular. So now the norm to them is just overly monetized, bare minimum, instant gratification shit. So now they're in a way like not like mind controlled, but conditioned to be like, oh, this is fine, even though it's really not. Shit business practice. So that's what I worry about.
We see what they're being grandfathered into,
Right.
like, hey, it didn't used to be like that. And a lot of our grandparents are
Right.
doing the same shit. But like, hey, dude, you're paying way too much for a bag of apples. And we're like, fuck off. We don't care.
Right.
Basically doing the same thing. It's like you're spending $20 on a DeLorean skin for your Fortnite character. Yeah, it's bad fucking ass, dude. It's like, I really want to drive around in the DeLorean. And I'm not going to lie, it's bad fucking ass when I hop in that DeLorean with my friends and we're driving around Fortnite shooting motherfuckers. But it's the ones and zeros. It's ethereal. It's just I have such a hard time spending money on things I can't touch.
Fortnite is pretty much a powerhouse because it was the first to do it. But there will come a day when that game is going to sunset because it is live service. And
Exactly.
what are you going to do? If you
Nothing.
someone who paid thousands like for fucking 6-7 emote or some shit like that. Or
Oh no.
yeah, they have that, and skins and shit. It's just gonna be gone, dude. All that money is literally in the toilet at that point if it doesn't.
I and I'll be honest, I probably have spent about $20 to $35 like on dumb shit for Fortnite. Like you say, you get a battle pass. It was like no, it's $9 or whatever. So I spent that, and you can keep grinding it, but you got to keep grinding it in order to keep it going. Like you got to get to a certain point where you earn it back.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad. If you fall for it,
it works, right?
And I accuse Apple of the same thing. You're in an environment then. It's like what you were saying. They just grew up around this environment and you become a part of it. So everything is
normalized.
cohesive then, and it sucks.
They started hiring when I knew, like, and it's gonna be so like nerdy and shit, but that's what we're here for.
Yes.
Like Call of Duty, I played it mostly for the zombies, but every year I'd be like, why am I the only one, capturing the B flag, for example? And then, but people are so conditioned, they're like, dude, who gives a fuck? It's just a game. Like, I'll ask teammates, they'll be like, shut up, bitch, why do you care? It's just a game. I'm like, we're playing the game. You paid
Right.
for it too. Just fucking play
We
the game.
care.
But-
we literally
Yeah.
care that we're
Right.
playing.
So they've hired addiction psychologists to figure out. So Activision and basically the addiction psychologists were hired to do the opposite of their job. Activision has a patent to where, say, Sperg is rocking the Rambo collab skin of Sylvester Stallone on Call of Duty, and he's got his like patented LMG that never runs out. And then you're on that guy's team, and you see that guy go fucking nuts. If you then go buy that bundle that you just saw, they have a patent for matchmaking upon that to then give you easier lobbies.
Oh, no
so then
shit.
you feel like you matched the power because you spent that money. So
Wow.
that has come into, hence why everyone's like, I don't care if I lose this game because, my last 10 games I was kicking out.
Right,
Probably
exactly,
because they
yeah.
spent that $20. So it's just also made everyone just drooling morons who don't even
No.
play the games they buy, and it infuriates me.
So Fortnite does something similar to that. If I lose too many times in a row, I'll get a full bot lobby. I've done it deliberately where I would just come in and just run up and like get into a fight, and then I'll lose 2 in a row, and then I'll be in like a 90 bot lobby with like 10 other fucking scrubs, and I'll get my crown before I quit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see it. It's just like that, but it makes it not fun. Like,
Right. Because if you're just trying to play, you always feel the pressure of, well, if I don't literally sweat my ass off right now, we're going to lose, and we still might lose by 2 points. And then it's just like, when do I get to chill? And then that's when it's always like, but dude, it's just a game, bro. It's like, but they're literally manipulating us, bro. It's like a
Yeah.
mind fuck. It's a mind fuck.
The Final Boss, as
It
someone
is.
who plays a lot of FPSs, do you think, like, in general, like, the skill level of the people you sort of, like, matched online has sort of, like, gone downhill in the last, I don't know, 5 years, and just in general? But you're probably matching with people who are equal to your level, and you're quite good, but just in general...
It's gone
have
up
you-
and down for
Okay.
those exact reasons. So if you do
Part
too
of-
good, they're going to put you on the shitters team so that you carry them, so they don't feel like... Because that's also people would be quitting and giving up on the game if they got stomped too hard. So
Right.
they want you to carry their dead weight, literally, even though it is a game, but it keeps them around longer so that they might buy that fucking gun again. So they just see it as they would have spent $60 on gun skins if we keep them, if we lose them. So shit like
Right.
that.
See, that's part of risk aversion. They make the games accessible even to morons.
Right. And that's the target market.
Right. That's why you have
Yes,
those
that's true.
terrible tutorial levels with the yellow paint,
Yes.
for example.
It's just so weird. Like, how often do you see this? Like, I was like looking at like the Concord page after we talked about it, and it says right on top of Wikipedia, Concord was a hero shooter. You're like, how often do you hear that a game was like it just literally doesn't exist? Like you literally can't play it, and
Nope.
it's just so weird to sort of see that for a game that had been like a was.
Mm-hmm. It's just a goddamn shame, and but also on the Pell exactly. There's real psychology into this stuff, because furthermore, and I'll wrap it up. I know I could go on about this for 87.
I know.
episodes,
I
too.
will keep talking all night too.
But they also do. So there's ranked play, and then there's public matches, and there's an argument going in the community. Basically, what's going on is, well, shouldn't you play people at your skill level? But I'm like, then what the fuck is ranked play for?
Right.
Like, isn't that
That's
what
exactly
that's
what
for?
that's. Yes.
Exactly.
And
I
my,
should be able to have my skills. Now, go ahead. I talked enough. Go ahead.
No, you're right. No, I'm backing you up 100%. Like ranked is supposed to be for sweats. You know what I mean? Like that's where people who want to compete and get good at. I'm a casual player. I want to be able to hop into battle royale and just go. I don't need, and skill-based matchmaking has always been a fucking problem. It's like you just said, you either get lumped into a shitty team, or in my case, I'm the guy that's the shitty guy that gets put on a good team and I just can't keep up. Like all of a sudden I go from finishing top 5, top 10 into I gotta be really good now, and I'm not, and I feel bad about that sometimes because I just don't have the reaction time like I used to. Like it's just not with Battlefield.
Yeah. Harley, do you have any thoughts on this, or are you more a single player guy?
I'm a single player guy, and the type of games that I play that are like live service like that I've kind of given up on was like Mortal Kombat Mobile. And my problems with like stuff like that was like you would always have people that would have like hacked gear. So you'd be in ranked play and you'd be playing fair players for a while, but then oh shit, some guy hacked a bunch of gear, so now he's got like infinite level DOT damage, etc., etc. So it's like, well, there's no more incentive for me to try to even play ranked play because after I get to a certain level, I'm just gonna run into hacked players, and it's been a problem for like way over like 15 years with like the types of games that I play. But like first person shooters, nah, I don't really mess with that, and I'm usually offline with any kind of game like that because I don't like talking to fucking people on the internet. I like this talking to people on the internet.
Present
But I do not like to be like, hey, copy over. We've got a bogey over on.
It's not that bad. I'm not
That's
doing
what
that. But I'm
TFB is
like, we
doing.
got two
I've
on the
heard it.
right. Yeah, there's call outs going on. You're right.
I can't do it.
And you know what? You're better off. This shit, as you can hear, this shit is they're just trying to squeeze juice out of any asshole, or people like me who are like, maybe it'll get better one day. And I've been playing it so long, I kind of have to. So you're better off. But yeah.
Just don't start it.
Right. It's almost like don't, start smoking or drinking. And
Well, a lot of these games you can't pick up and play anymore. It's like if you haven't inherited the skills of playing this certain types of games. Like again, I'll use Mortal Kombat Mobile as an example. A new person can't pick that thing up and play it. You're so far behind everybody else that all you'll get is slaughtered until you just quit playing the game. And even paying to play to like rank up your character, get better gear, get more evolutions, etc., etc. You'd be going into the tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars just to catch up with someone that's been playing consistently for X amount of years. And it's got to be like that with other games too. Like there would be no way for me to pick up like one of the popular first-person online shooters and even have a chance. I'd just be slaughtered. It'd be like Mike Tyson fighting an infant.
That would be like Shmuel Buckman in the battle.
Pat's coming! Pat's coming!
What kind of game? What kind of game is Mortal Kombat Noble? Because I mean, obviously, Mortal Kombat is a classic fighting game. But
yeah, it's three. Basically 3 versus 3. Just almost turn play combat.
Okay, I know what you mean by almost. I've seen that style.
Almost turn play, but not as bad as like role playing games.
Right. Those games are probably like the only like sacred piece of media left because they'll make money, but there's not really ways you can. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but you can't really overly monetize shit like that and get away with it because it's single player.
Yeah.
At least I think, But Dario, do you play anything these days, or are you just kind of out of it completely?
I'm pretty much out of it. I had to sell my video game collection, and
well, that's sad.
That was months ago. Yeah, well, and
what'd you sell? What'd you have?
Yeah,
that's
I had PS2, and I had gotten an Xbox fairly recently, the Xbox 360 rather, for free. So I had a couple of those games. I'd rather not get into it. I remember as I sold them, the guy at the counter was like, "Oh, these are some good games."
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I missed out on BioShock 1, so I don't know anything about it.
One of my
Oh
favorite
my
games of all time. And
God,
I'm not even a huge
All my
FPS
friends
guy,
who
and
know about it
one
were
of my
like, "Oh
favorite
my
games ever.
god!" Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, would you kindly download it for PC? I know you were shitting on consoles earlier, guys, but I can get you that.
I have a
too for,
laptop.
Yeah,
Would you
I'm sure.
kindly-
I bet it might play on your laptop. It's quite
Yeah, it's
old
an
enough.
older game.
You know what? I'll do
My
that.
I got a GTX 1060. My laptop is like old, and I run OBS and a lot of games on it. So if it's newer than 5 years ago, you should be able to run older Bethesda
Okay.
games.
Yeah, dude.
And you know what?
BioShock.
I'm making a note of that.
Oh, see, would you kindly still works. You'll get it when you play it, Dario. But yes, I I almost like that was probably the moment when people started appreciating
I think so too.
video games more as like a medium of expressing stories and art.
Yeah.
Because that shit is unreal, and they've tried to make a movie for it. Apparently, Netflix is been trying to make a movie or series out of it, but they just downsized the budget. Harley's like,
I'll never forgive fucking Netflix for that goddamned Resident Evil show.
oh my god,
Motherfuckers!
Oh.
Motherfuckers!
that's terrible.
You know, they've never done that I've seen a straightforward adaptation of Resident Evil. They've always got to go ape shit.
Welcome to Raccoon City was close. It was close.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. It felt like Resident Evil. It wasn't perfect in any way. And like some of the special effects looked unfinished, but it felt like Resident Evil.
The biggest problem was that they tried to put like obviously these games are more than 2 hours to begin with, right? But
Yeah.
they tried to fit 3 games into an hour and a half movie. It was
Oh.
1, 2, and 3 all in that movie. So they got the characters, they've got the set pieces, the locations, they all look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, we're gonna spend 20 minutes on Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 3, and then there you go. So it's just that feeling of so fucking close, like you almost had it. Because prior it was just like, what's that guy's name? The husband of Mila Jovovich.
Paul W.S.
W.S. Anderson.
Yeah, it was just a vehicle for him to, show off his hot wife, which, we're all grateful for.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
We are.
but, but it was just like, we have the license, it prints money, let's go. Like, no one's really... And I don't think the new one's going to be all that accurate either, unless you're going for a civilian POV.
Which, connecting that, he also directed Event Horizon.
Uh-huh.
With Sam
Oh,
Neill,
yeah.
which is a fantastic movie.
Absolutely.
Good
movie
segue,
that
because
suffered
that's
from
probably...
executive Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
well,
A movie
I'm
that
sorry.
suffered from executive meddling.
I think
Well,
it's still a good
fallback
movie in
movie
there.
we
That's
talked
one of
about.
my definitely of those. Yeah.
My
It was a
favorite line in
hidden
that...
gem. When I came across it randomly, I saw it many. I think I saw it in the 2010s, and I was saying, God
Oh.
damn, it's made by Paul W.S. Anderson, and it's from the 90s. This is going to be dog shit, but I've got nothing else to do today, so I guess I'll just give this a try. And I was like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome.
And it's actually been adopted by the Warhammer community as an unofficial
As a prequel. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Because if you know the lore, chaos itself is
Correct.
another dimension.
Right.
And
Ah.
yes, so yeah, if you know
Sensible.
Event Horizon, they're like, oh, well, that's chaos, and it kind of is.
It actually works quite well in a way. With
I
the,
think so.
putting
That
it
does
in-
make sense to me. Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely
my-
the movie has sort of its like issues, but yeah, definitely one of my sort of like, and I like sort of like movies like that sort of really sort of like escalate sort of like and do what horror can be for a movie, because I like the genre crossage, which I also really like, In the Mouth of Madness, which also has Sam Neill in it. I love when sort of like horror is elevated to sort of like something else and mixes with those genres, so it holds a special place
yeah.
for me.
I love space horror. It's a great thing. I think the One Cloverfield movie that took place in space was pretty decent.
Yeah,
too. But
and I feel like you
real
can
quick
like
before I get
yeah.
real quick before I forget, one of my favorite lines in a movie ever came from Event Horizon. Lawrence Fishburne sees the log on the main console, and it's like that scattered thing, and like
Yep.
people are getting fucking ripped apart and screaming and shit, and all Lawrence Fishburne go, "We're leaving." Like he doesn't fuck around. We're out of here. Like out of any, like that was the most smartest thing anybody has ever said it to. Like nobody would react to that any other way but that. We're
Yeah,
fucking
especially if
Let's
it's-
split up into small groups and investigate
None of
what's
that.
going on.
right.
It's like nope, back on the other ship. We're leaving. Fuck that. Like I like that's exactly right.
Right,
And
the
then they end up
smartest
saying,
person in a horror movie ever. Did any of you guys see the new Evil Dead, by the way?
I haven't seen it yet.
Not yet.
I have not seen the most recent one. I am familiar with the newer
whole-
franchise.
You
Right.
talking about the one that's like coming out this week, or you
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
it
the
came
one?
out last week. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. No.
So I'll be brief, but a great, so I don't spoil anything crazy, but a great example, because you're always like, what are you, an idiot? Like you're always, I know, and it's just the one problem I have with the new one is there's a character who's like, you know how that, like Carly was like, let's split into small groups and
Right.
and investigate, and surely nothing will happen.
Nothing.
It was like that, but like for 5 decisions in a row, and you're just like, what are you like? I almost want to criticize it. I get that's what kind of makes it a horror movie. I feel like at this point it's just like a
No.
lazy excuse to move plots along. Like this person,
It absolutely
an idiot,
is.
So
It
go
is. It
ahead.
is not a horror thing. I mean, yes, it happens in horror, but it happens because of bad writers who are like, "Oh, it's a horror movie. We can just do that. The characters can just be stupid."
Right.
Yeah, no, it's
That
that. It's
drives me
lazy
nuts.
writing. I feel like that's a lot of things these days. It's just like,
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
we wrote ourselves into this situation. Now we got to write ourselves out of it, and they can never really make that transition of getting out of a tight. Like there's a good setup, but then the payoff just kind of just there's
It was
nothing
good
there.
though. It was good. I don't want to discourage you, but I literally turned to my brother and I was like, "Is this like the dumbest bitch that's ever been in a horror movie ever?" But speaking of Sam Neill, by the way, that's insane that he passed away. But I
Yeah.
think it's official. His last movie's going to be the new, and this could be a good topic for a little bit. The new Godzilla movie, Godzilla and Kong, will be his last movie.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
I think she.
Next
Oh,
year.
really?
So I guess maybe they were trying to set him up to be the new lead guy for the next couple movies. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But
Well, he was given his age, he was probably in the older mentor role, like not
Yeah.
the lead guy, but the lead guy's mentor, like the Obi-Wan Kenobi,
yeah.
for the dated reference.
No, that makes sense. I mean, and what do you guys think of the American Godzilla movies lately? You see any of those? You like any of them?
I
I
love
like
the
them.
MonsterVerse.
Yeah, I'm
I
down
like
with that.
them, but
that.
I can't really process what's going on because there's so much action and everything. So I just end up just watching it. But if you asked me to say, okay, now tell me what happened in that movie, I'm like, oh,
Right.
fucking no, there was fighting and shit.
See, those are roller coaster rides, but something that helped me kind of retain the information, besides some previous familiarity with the monsters themselves, is I was aware of the Hollow Earth conspiracy theory, and the MonsterVerse uses that as the basis for a bunch of their shit, which is awesome.
I just think I like it a lot. In fact, I mean, I almost said liked, but I have concerns because the most recent one with like the baby Kong and the
Oh, I didn't see that.
yeah, so basically it's more like a Kong movie, which I'm a Godzilla guy more, so that alone makes me biased, but they are it mostly took place in this Middle Earth where everyone is a giant monster. So then in turn, nothing felt like it just felt like, Gorilla Family reconvenes in the middle of the planet. And so like the last 5 minutes, then it's like, now we're on Earth. Like, I don't know. They just totally missed the mark with that. But Godzilla vs. Kong is probably my favorite one. Where with
Yeah.
Mechagodzilla, that Mechagodzilla
Yeah.
is insane in that movie. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That. And what was the one? Was that the New Empire? Actually, did not see. Is the New Empire the one with Baby Kong in it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But the one before that, yeah, was fantastic. I saw it
Right.
actually a few months ago. It was really good.
Mechagodzilla is
Yeah.
fucking one of the best
And I-
probably monster fights ever.
And I love how they incorporated King Ghidorah
Yes.
into Mechagodzilla. I'm a Monster Zero.
I
nerd,
love that too. Like they used his brain to like control it, so then when it went rogue, it just was like, now I'm gonna get my revenge on that motherfucker Godzilla, and I love that. No, because it was built to be the irony of it is like he's built to be the protector, like to stave off the monsters, but then it's just like now I am the monster.
Gamera was
Yeah,
always.
because
I was just
Oh,
gonna say,
go on.
Gamera was always when I was really into it. And I still am. But Gamera was always my favorite of the sort of monster movies, particularly sort of like the reboots from like the '90s. Those are I love those.
Yes. All those giant monster kaiju films of the
Kaiju stuff,
90s
yep.
were really good. Like, and the special effects hit the sweet spot as far as I'm concerned between cheesy and well done. You know, where like
You
good,
know
like
what's happening, but you can still accept it, right? Like
Yeah.
you can see
Yeah.
the cheesiness, but you're like, oh, this still looks great. You know, like you.
Exactly.
Especially, I like miniatures a lot too. Like you know
Frog.
the little cities and stuff that would.
You know, I saw one of those. I thought it was Gamera's Gamera.
I either one. I've heard. I say both. I say Gamera. Or say
Yeah,
Gamera.
there's all kinds of mispronunciations.
I had
But
one.
yeah, the giant turtle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I had
Yes.
one on DVD. I watched a million times when I was a kid. I don't remember, but I remember one was like a hammerhead shark
Yeah.
knife head, and that like could spin ninja blades out of its like a tear ducts or some shit. It was, and that I saw like a million times. I don't remember what it was called or what that hammerhead monster was called, but I did like
Yeah.
that.
See, I appreciate that the MonsterVerse doesn't take itself too seriously because the source material is, for example, you've got Mothra, and then you've got the miniature twins that speak in unison,
Yes.
which is Mothra's alien heralds. And so it's
Okay.
like when you keep that in mind, not going the serious, grim and gritty route like
Yeah.
the comic books we were talking about earlier was such a good idea. And I was afraid they were going to do that. And it's like you can still take Godzilla seriously, but it's not like try hard the way those comic books were in trying to justify itself to an adult audience.
I just got this, by the way, because TSN has a leveling up from the Dab shirt. I think
Oh,
Frog's
yeah.
their producer. So, hey, we're leveling up in the Dab here. So, that's right. And Husey was wearing this shirt. He DM'd me the shirt today, too.
The TSN shirt.
That's
No, Husey has one, too.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, he okay.
But he has 2 L's in leveling up. So I was like, and I don't know if he was just saying this as like a Husey joke, but I was like, there's like one too many L's. He goes, it depends on where you live. Is that like how you spell color with a U?
Oh God.
So was the origin
Yeah.
that someone else said it first and then you started saying it, or did you come up with it? I can't remember.
It was Chow, on their show. That
Oh,
is technically
right,
my
right.
show because
That's
it's
right. Yes,
right.
of course.
So,
I remember
right,
now.
Right. So yeah, and they were like, "Oh, dude, Blob's leveling up in the Dab, bro." So I'm just like,
Bro,
"Sure I am."
Final boss is leveling up on the dab.
Right. So I was like, "That's right, I am." So I'm gonna take that now because I know you're not gonna do it. And then when I went to Rodney's and just screamed it at a random passerby, it kind of became a drop. So
That's where it's cemented. That's like it's yours now. Wherever
And
it came
I,
from, it doesn't matter. When you said that at Rodney's, that's when it became your tagline. Pretty
yeah,
much.
some
Like,
guy
I think
walked
you own
by
it.
and he was like, "Yeah, I'm smoking some reefer." And he was like 55 years old or some shit. And he was like, "Yeah, dude, that good shit." And I was like, "Do you want to be interviewed?" And he goes, "Nah, bro. I'm just gonna get high and walk this way." And that's when I was like, "Leveling up for the Dab."
And I disagree, and I love Povo, but like last Clanton Povo said, well, it's a pretty common thing. Anyone should sort of come up with it. I think it's like it's so specific to
Very niche.
it's very niche. I there's no doubt in my mind, that Shuli heard it and Shuli took it. I get the idea that like I don't know, like when comedians talk about some of those things are just out there and you can come across the same joke. It's so specific that
Right.
you definitely
And
To
again,
be nerdy. Oh,
no, go
I was
ahead,
gonna
man.
say,
I can address this later.
to be nerdy about it, it's an underverse saying, not a higher Dabbleverse saying.
fair enough.
Right, kind of like the Church of Dario, which I doubt even half of you in here knows what that is. But
I
that
have
is real.
no idea what that is, but I'll find out later.
Oh, it's so underverse. It's basically, like Gregorian chants.
Yes.
Like I'll have a section.
Oh God.
I'll have a section when I do like my gaming streams, and I'm just like tired of gaming. I'll just put those on, just like Dario.
Oh, I've heard you do that.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time I've actually heard the term underverse, believe it or not, and I perfectly think it encapsulates, all. Yeah, perfect.
All of that shit.
It's
but
used
to Paintball's
occasionally online.
I've never
Right.
heard it.
You'll have to catch it sometime. But that's the thing. I know I didn't trademark it, or it's like I don't legally own it, or whatever. But to date's
It's
point,
yours, yeah.
yeah. But they also they don't say it, and it's Stuttering John on the shirt too, by the way. So it's like, has he ever
Jeez.
said that shit?
Well,
He's never said that
See,
shit.
they did that specifically so it would be a TSN shirt.
Right. But that just shows like how bankrupt, that shit is, man. Oh, Olive's a big fan of the Church of Dario. Oh, cuz I'll do Dario, I'll play the what's it called? The Rangoon version.
Yeah,
Sometime.
that's what I was thinking of.
You gotta
Yeah.
upload that to your channel. You gotta put next to the theme. You gotta upload it so I can sort of hear that immediately.
There is I'll send it to you when we get off here.
Okay. Maybe I have heard you say that when you're like in the middle of a lobby or something.
Here.
Dar Dar Dario.
Oh, I've heard that.
No.
Oh, I've heard that
no,
1,000. Oh,
that's not it.
I
No,
knew
no.
that.
He's talking about the baritone Gregorian chant that
Da, da,
No.
line.
Yeah.
And International Rangoon, that's who did it.
Yeah.
International Rangoon did 6 minutes of Gregorian Dario chants.
I've not heard this.
They upload. I'll send it to you after.
I've got all 6
Oh,
minutes.
Jim Grindle. It took me a minute to come up with his name. Jim Grindle. That's Mr.
Yes.
Crab Rangoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, him
like
and Luke of the Bind. Hold on, I could probably pull it up. I'm sure I could figure out how to screen share.
They both hate Quadfather. It's great.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I
that
did know
sometimes-
that.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
One of these things these Dabbleverse people got to do, they got to stick with one name. Quit having like 4 different names. Like you have some people that have like a Twitter account handle and it's something completely random. Then they have a YouTube name. Then they have a this name and a that name. There's too many people that like you can't even follow who is who sometimes. You're like,
I've had a
it's
couple like
Cable
that.
Neck Radiation 12. Oh, you know him. That guy's the guy that goes by Leslie on YouTube. Like, no, I fucking don't.
Yeah.
Why would I?
Sense of consistency is definitely good there, but yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Hold on, I think I have it. I'm gonna try. Let me know if you can hear it, because my first time gonna be attempting to share it. We're gonna share that. Let's see if it comes up. And then, oh, okay, add to scene. Yeah, okay. And then we'll see. Let me know if you can hear it when I start here.
I can.
Da da
I
da
can-
da 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 Rio.
I've never heard this.
Da 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 Rio. Da 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 Rio.
You enjoying it, Dario?
Da 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 da
I'm
Rio.
Actually, this is the most confusing boner I've ever gotten.
I'm not confused.
Most meaningful boner I've ever had. So that was a little bit of the Church of Dario preview. So we do a little bit of stuff, as they say, in the Underverse.
The Underverse. I
Yeah.
love it.
I think you could say that's where Harley is too, because a lot of the Dabbleverse chatters, like we will convene, for a little break from all the nonsense. We'll go to Harley and hear his amazing stories, and
I agree.
that's kind of what I was inspired by to make this for. Just getting together and nerding out.
Yes,
And,
I
plan.
appreciate it because this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to do shows anymore in, I guess you would call it Dabbleverse proper. Because
Why don't you, Harley? Did something happen? Or you just don't care anymore?
I don't like hardly any of the shows, and most of the shows have people on there that I don't even want to be on the screen with. It's like I won't mention their names, but I guarantee you, probably
Sperg.
all of you,
No, just joking.
probably all of you, especially Sperg.
Right.
I know
it's
he
like-
hates being on screen with me, man.
It's like I'm like, yeah, I'm good. It's like, yeah, I don't need to go on a show where it's like they have to have the prick on third mic here, the person that everyone in the Dabbleverse hates, but everybody has them on their shows here. I'm like, I'm just not
Papa?
gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do any
So,
of
Harley,
that.
were you a regular on Clowntown, or were you just on the
Kinda regular
Okay,
for a
that's what
little
I thought- That's what I
while.
thought I remembered. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Do people still hit you up from the overdab, as we'll call it?
The over.
Yeah, but most of the time I My rule is this: it's like I'll think about it. I'll check out the show in advance, like in the middle of it, and if it looks chill, I'll join. But if it doesn't look chill, I'm not going on.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's not. Trust me, I get it. It also gets a little overwhelming when everyone's covering the same shit and everyone's getting
Yeah.
heated at each other. But like that's kind of why I like doing this. I mean, this
Yes.
time like it flew fucking by, bro.
Yeah,
You know?
no, it's. I'm not trying to big up myself too much, but like that's what people have harassed me to go like play video games and stuff because they need like a break from what we
Right.
are doing the rest of the time anyway. So yeah, like you said, it goes by super quick.
No,
I
but
love it.
it would be a lot more fun if we watched the show, watch another show, watch another show, watch another
sure.
show, and we pause it every 3 seconds to go around the room to make a joke.
There's a lot of that going around. No pun intended with the around the room. But you know, well, that's because it's just easier to do. I guess it's less. I mean, less talking. I guess you just hear what someone says, and then what is I'm seeing S fish. Am I seeing this wrong? Oh, that's so weird. Do you guys see it like a fish?
I do too.
I see a fish.
But on
No,
the chat,
but
it
in
says,
YouTube-
So yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, and you that's what I was gonna say. You're right. It's doing something different here. StreamYard is doing, or EvMux is doing something different for you because I got the YouTube chat open, and I can
So-
see what it says. I'm so appreciative of a show like this. For
Well,
whatever
I
reason, it
appreciate you for appreciating it. You know, this is kind of like thrown together, and we'll see if it lands. And I think this is going pretty well. We'll do like 10 more minutes because it'll cut us off soon anyway. Classic
Oh.
for EvMux. But yeah,
And
if you
that's-
type enough O's, it just gets. Now we're getting a lot of
Exactly.
fishes.
And just to sort of quickly,
Yeah, it
mention
is. It's 200 for everyone.
And to quickly mention off topic a little bit, and I think this came up in BYB Sperg, and I think even you guys just like I'm serious, and I know JMO talked about it a lot, but I think to me where it was like I can't deal with this more when they got sort of like serious in-depth discussions about like copyright infringement and the Stuttering John stuff. Like I was like in like not that anything against like Ava, but I know Ava was really sort of defending like copyright law and like DMCA. I was like, what is going on?
I don't
now?
care either. I
Yeah.
know what you mean. I think it was an excuse to have Kaylee on as well, because like,
Enough of the
Kaylee.
Shuli shit. Enough. Tell Quad.
but I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Well, because
He knows it. Because everybody in the chat is like, ugh, come on, another 40 minutes of this. But
Me.
Because like not even against Ava, and I'm sure like she'll think, but I don't mean it that way. But like, when like Ava was like, well, DMCA is handled very different, considered very differently in Europe, and I was like, what are we talking about right now?
Right, we're in the U.S. of A. But I do want to touch on briefly for a couple minutes. We did talk about we did talk about Sam Neill a bit, but also what was your favorite movie? Just to kind of put a nice little bow on his honor. What is your favorite movie that you've seen? Jurassic Park 3 for me with the Spinosaurus shits and the cell phone. That scene is ingrained in me.
Maybe Event Horizon or Mouth of Madness is also good. I remember being a kid and really liking the sci-fi TV movie Merlin. I loved that movie because he was
Yeah,
I remember
do
really
too,
loving
and
that. Yeah,
the special effects are quaint.
yeah.
I forgot about that until you just said it. As soon as you said Merlin, I can see him there. Holy shit.
I used to love
Crazy.
that movie. Probably as a kid, I watched it all the time.
It's
Further
on
proving that I'm
YouTube
black,
in
right?
Big Mouth Billy Bass code. Oh, and you know what's funny? It's a little bit off topic, but do you ever notice like you'll watch a movie with like A-listers and they'll do games where they just get a sound-alike voice actor and you like cringe? It's like, oh, come on. Like there are
Oh,
these
yeah.
Jurassic Park like park building games, like you build the enclosures, you buy the dinosaurs, you hatch them. It's pretty sick. But they have a guy who imitates a Jeff Goldblum. He's just like so obviously they just imitate like the like his little ticks that he does the whole time. It's like
the mannerisms of where
Right,
he's like
right,
kind of
right.
always stuttering his speech.
yeah,
Only David Duchovny is allowed to imitate Jeff Goldblum.
right.
If you've ever seen that SNL Celebrity Jeopardy skit.
It's good.
I'm gonna have to go. I know. I gotta refresh my memory. But yeah,
That's
those
the
were so
one
good.
where they're like
too.
doing like the audition tapes, like for the.
Oh, yeah, the Kevin Spacey auditioning for Han Solo.
That was-
And,
That was
Christopher
good.
Walken.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all that kind of shit that just makes me laugh. It's like, if you're gonna put in like however, like it's either the actor was too expensive or maybe scheduling conflict. But it's always like that's way out of our budget.
Oh,
It's like,
it's too expensive. Like Square Enix Avengers, where they hired the Marvel Cinematic Universe stunt doubles.
really?
Everybody was off model, but they were like the cinematic outfits. So it created this huge disconnect.
Well, because they're not going to pay for the likeness for all the actors in
No.
the game still, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and that game's dead too. That's a game you can't ever buy or play again. That Avengers
Well,
game was shut down.
Well, that game was false advertising because the game you play is Miss Marvel.
Right.
And the game centers around Miss Marvel, and people wanted to play as the Avengers, given its,
Yeah, but also it was
cinematic
like
The
shit,
title?
like the Hulk walks around. Yeah, the title. It was just another grind. It was like early day grind and never reach an end game like thing. You're just the end game is the grind, but you're grinding the whole time anyway. It's like you're grinding to nowhere.
I'll give you an example of a game that I'll give it its flowers to the end of time is Injustice. They could have shut that thing down forever, but they never did. So you can still play it online. You can still play it offline. In a way, it is a grind game, but if you've been playing it as long as I have, you've gotten every character and everybody maxed out.
Are you talking
And,
about the mobile version or the console?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, the mobile
Okay.
version. The mobile version's probably my favorite mobile game. I still play it to this day. I mean, they ported it to arcades as well, but it's like an old build. So you can play it in arcade if you wanted to go to like a Dave and Buster's or something. But yeah, I don't
Do you have
know. I'm just rambling.
Well, do you have a David Buster's dumpster story?
You better. If you don't make up one.
So it was assistant manager at the Dave & Buster's down on by the Walmart.
Down by the Walmart, you see. Where else am I gonna, try to tuck back this hard on? But the dumpster behind the Dave and Buster's, and that's where my adventure begins.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Proper story.
It's great.
Begins at Dave Buster.
The adventure begins and ends there, I think.
That's the tagline when we make it into a movie.
And then she accidentally spilled hot fry oil grease on her asshole, but I still went in there, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty when I pulled it out. Shit like that.
I couldn't tell which sores were already there and which sores were caused by the burns.
That's why you're the best, dude. Yo, we need I'm gonna go around and ask for plugs in a second here. Guys, by the way, thank you so much for doing this. This was fun.
Oh, no worries, man.
Harley,
We'll talk about splitting. We'll talk about splitting the super tip money later.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Where's my 38 cents, bitch?
Yeah, all $4. But did you? Are you planning on telling the sanitation story later?
I might be telling
On
it
Thursday?
if I think. Let me get this. Let me make my mouth work. That's what she said. Anyway, now if I might get around to it Thursday, I have some other stories like on tap that I know I can just tell without having to prep. It's just the sanitation story. It's multi-layered, and I know I've only got one chance of telling it good. So I just want to make sure I'm clear-headed enough to start and finish it in one shot without getting too distracted. But if you've liked hearing this voice and beautiful face today, you can find me on the YouTubes, and the easiest way to get me is Dr. Harley Quinn and the number 2 on the Twitter machine.
And his YouTube, actually, I'll put it in the chat now. It's going to be at Dr. Harlequin, but with only one N, right?
I believe that's how I spelled it.
Yep.
You
And you got you went way past 109, by the way. You're at 117 now.
All right.
Woohoo!
Hey.
They got kicked out of 109 countries, and we're up to 117. Hallelujah.
So there's his channel plug. Thank you so much, Dr. Harley Quinn. And what time are you going live Thursday? Thank you,
I
Brian.
will, unless something happens, I'm planning on going live Thursday at 8, and then again Sunday at 8.
All right, awesome, man. So 8 o'clock, so basically a little less than 48 hours from now, and Werewolf of Sicily, otherwise known as
Dar Dar Dario.
Where can we find you?
How have I not gotten tired of that yet?
You'll never get tired of it.
I'm oftentimes found at Papa's Puzzle Factory on the Papa Kill YouTube channel.
Tell him I've said, hey, he's a good man. He's one of the guys I'll defend till the end of time. He's taken care of me and done some good stuff for me off screen that I don't know that he wants me to say.
Okay.
But past the word that I said hello, he's the last guy I guess I've done a proper Dabbleverse show with, because I really do like the guy. We did a dating show. It was me and Granny, and we were trying to date.
I saw that.
We were trying to date. Oh, what was her name? Ashley Cummings.
Did you win?
I don't think there was a winner.
There wasn't. There was no.
Jimmy the
that
Lip
game-
ended up coming on, and she ended up calling him hot nonstop. So I guess Jimmy the Lip was the
Well,
winner.
there you go. Rip.
That
So
game
wait,
is called Cock Blockers, by the way, and it's got a theme song.
so
Yeah,
Dario,
Papa Kill is tremendous.
and any answer is fine, but I put your channel in the description. Are you planning on doing a Werewolf Wednesday tomorrow?
No, not for a while.
Okay.
Not for a while.
So Werewolf
that's on
Wednesday is
hold.
on hiatus, everybody. But still give him a subscribe for when he does come back. It's in the channel description. Tim's Totality, where can we find you, if anywhere?
Nowhere. Just Twitter with the same name. Yeah, I don't have a show.
Or in Karmic's chat, busting
Yeah,
his
or
balls.
Karmic chat, or
that's-
the random chat, or the BYB chat, just random chats.
Sick
or,
of your way, Tim.
Catch you there.
Or TFB chat, or Harley Quinn's chat coming up.
There you
So-
go.
Or
Weren't you,
Sperg,
uh,
apparently.
Chad-
Excellent.
Weren't you Chad's mod, or
Oh,
aren't
that's
you?
true.
That,
Not
that was
anymore.
another one was Chad, and sometimes I'll see MLC.
MLC
Every now and
sometimes
again.
when I have time, So since Werewolf Wednesdays is dark this week, I won't have the chance to be on Werewolf Wednesdays.
One of
Well,
these
that means
days.
you have to be in my chat on
I'll come.
Thursday.
I'll be
you
there.
have to pretend to like it, no matter how racist I get.
That's fine. that's my entire experience in the Dabbleverse. So.
In the Underverse. And
In
the Overdab.
At the Overdab.
And Sperg Snake, while we're talking, I'm trying to find your channel. What is the @ for that?
At Sperg Snake.
One word?
Yeah, all one word.
That'll
Sperg is
all
like the
lowercase.
biggest celebrity here, probably. So
What the fuck? Get out of here.
in the Overdab.
Right,
The
right.
Overdab.
From the Overdab, yeah, you're probably the biggest from the Overdab.
Well,
I'll put
but
that-
it's because of doing shit like this though. Like I like to hang out on other shows. I don't, I stream probably once a week, usually like Tuesday morning. But yeah, at Sperg Snake, I'm trying to get to like 3:15. I think right there.
Yeah, well,
Um,
follow now. I've actually never seen Sperg's channel. I forgot. I actually don't know if I knew you streamed.
That's the thing. That's why I was like really appreciative to be on the Dabble dashboard because like nobody knew I ran a channel, and I had it in my Twitter description, but and I took a break for a while, so I wasn't getting pushed in the algorithm. It was working for a little bit, but once you stop being consistent, they just you're right into the back burner. So
all things considered, I think this went pretty well because Tukey,
Oh, yeah.
Mersh, Karmic, Shmuel, Keanu, and Bacon Bits are all live right now. So I guess I picked the perfect time for this. But yeah, in the future, I'm going to try and coordinate with Shmuel or learn how to do an expanded version of Streamlabs. But yeah, no, obviously Shmuel has been gracious enough to let me set up on his thing, so we don't have a time limit nor these timestamps, or you know what I mean by that. So in the future, I'll try to just coordinate with him better on that. But if not, I'll figure something out. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time. I really had a lot of fun. I hope you
Yeah.
guys did too.
Same.
Fun.
I did.
And let's
yeah.
coordinate for another one of these in the future. But I think episode 1, great takeoff. And we'll see you guys on your respective channels.
oh wait, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Are we encouraging retards to be more retarded? That's my question.
Shmuel. Shmuel, where'd you come from?
Pat's coming.
That's
Pat's
perfect, right?
coming.
All right, everybody, wave bye.
I'm
Go
waving.
fuck yourself.